This is the fingerboard maps for cello and bass video. We're going to look at how we can see the notes that we're going to play in our music on a fingerboard map. Just a picture, a diagram of the fingerboard on your instrument. So I'm writing lowest and highest because we're going to write in the open string names in those boxes. I've written C for lowest string on cello, and then we have G, D, A is highest. On bass, our lowest string is E, A, and then we have D, and highest is G. So this is like what your fingerboard would look like if you were looking straight at your instrument. Bridge is facing you. Next, I'm going to start drawing these circles. Those are representing where your fingers go down on your fingerboard. Notice most of them are on the tapes right now, but there will be one for bass that's not on the tapes. And you really could play notes in between the tapes. It just depends on what's in the key signature, what's sharp or what's flat or what's natural. But check out these circles and see if you notice a pattern that you might recognize. Imagine playing this on your instrument. And you may have guessed that, yes, these are the notes in the D major scale. We start with open D, and then we end with high D. So I'm going to go ahead and draw those in for each instrument now. We've got it on the A string for cellos, on the G string for basses. I'm going to go ahead and write in the finger numbers that you use to play these notes. Notice I put 1, 2 in parentheses because you don't actually press down 2 or play a note with just 2 cellos, and then 3 and 4. And now I'm putting in the bass numbers. We have 1, 4, and then on the third tape, if you put your finger down there, if you slide, if you shift, you go into third position. So I'm kind of highlighting that. Sometimes you'll see in your music written as 3 post or third position, or a Roman numeral 3. Next, I'm filling in the notes of the scale. So we've got E is 1 on the D string for both instruments. Then now I'm writing F sharp for cello and bass, both on the D string for each instrument. G is on the D string for cellos, but it's open for bass. So I'm circling that open G string. Next we have A for bass, that's a 1 on the G string. For cellos, I don't know why I wrote it as 1 on the A string. You play open A there, circling that now. Then we have B, and then C sharp is our second to last note in the D major scale. We've already written in high D. So that was our D major scale. Let's check out how we would make a map for an actual piece of music. We look at the first note in the music and we notice it's D. And it's open D, so we're going to go ahead and circle that open D string on each fingerboard map. Both cello and bass have open D strings. Next we have A, which is open for cello, but it is 1 on the G string for bass. So we're going to draw in that circle. It's showing that we're putting our first finger on the G string. Next note, we have 2 of them. They're B, and for cello, that's 1 on the A string. For bass, that's 4 on the G string. Notice I'm only drawing 1 circle for each note, and we've already had A before, so we don't need to write anything else. So hopefully this example and explanation of what a fingerboard map is was helpful for you. You can now make these for any piece of music or scale. Anything that you are looking at in a piece of music and would like to visualize where the notes would be on your instrument. The fingerboard map will be a very useful tool, especially as we learn new notes, new scales, new pieces of music.